Hello, good morning. I'm doing a quick YouTube video about how to preserve fern leaves. Now, all of these leaves that I have in front of me are not actually grown from my garden. As I was out the other day, because I was actually well enough to take my son to nursery, I managed to get these cuttings from somebody who was cutting back their hedgerow ready for the winter. So I asked them if I could take some of the cuttings and they gave them to me. At the moment, all of these are still really fresh, and one of the things I did before I looked at pressing them was just basically soak them in some water to get rid of any bugs or debris or any potential contaminants that may have been on the leaves themselves. I then dried them overnight. And now what I will do with these leaves is I will do the traditional way of pressing them by using some heavy books and placing the leaves on some grease-proof paper in an old sketch pad and basically allowing them to press and dry over the next couple of weeks before using them for any future art projects. Now, the best thing about something like this is that these leaves haven't gone to waste. Yes, they may have potentially become compost, but at the same time they may have just ended up in a landfill. So by pressing them, I've basically given them a new lease of life. So what I've done is I've laid the leaves down so they will naturally just lay down however they feel is the best way to do so. So if I turn this one over like I have, you can see the leaves are kind of sticking up. So by placing it in the opposite way, so leaf down, so that the back of the leaf is facing you, the leaves should then hopefully retain their colour and also press flat. You can use other ways of pressing leaves. I have done a few videos in the past about how to press flowers, but because I don't want these to end up becoming really brittle and I want them to have a little bit more durability, I can never say that word, put my teeth back in. I don't really want to be using my humidifier to dry them, and I also don't really want to be putting them in the oven. Another way of doing it is by using an iron. There are a few YouTube clips about this, but I personally like the traditional way. So I'm not using blotting paper, I am actually only using greaseproof, and this is to hopefully make the leaves not stick as they dry out, because what you want to do is soak up as much of all of the moisture in the leaves themselves to prevent mould. So in the past I have used things like blotting paper. Kitchen roll is a good one that I've used as well. However, if you do use kitchen roll, try and use kitchen roll that doesn't have a pattern on it, unless you're looking for that added extra texture, because what I have found in the past is when I have used kitchen roll that has texture on it, the imprint of the kitchen roll pattern has actually been pressed in to the flowers or the leaves that I've been drying. So another good thing obviously about greaseproof paper is you can potentially reuse it and reuse it. And it's also good for tracing as well. So if anyone's looking at buying tracing paper, don't bother. You can see the image underneath the greaseproof paper there. It's pretty cheap to buy, and it has a number of uses in the kitchen and also for arts and crafts. So once everything is flat, what I will then do is get another piece of paper and place it over the top, and I will do another layer, and I probably wouldn't go any more than 2 layers to prevent too much moisture potentially getting trapped. And once all of the leaves have been placed between the greaseproof paper and the sheets of the old sketch pad, I would suggest placing it somewhere that you know that you're not going to have to move anything for a while. Some heavy books, and just leave it in the corner to press. I would probably recommend anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, and then see what happens with your creation. If anyone has any questions or queries or wants to make any comments, please feel free to do so. For more videos that I have done on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe or follow any of the links that I may add.